is summer, unless you're watching this video in like 6 months. I live in Canada and I'm filming in an igloo right now. It's basically just on fire, just like every other year. Because it's so hot, I want to make something for the water. You can kind of see where this is going. It's basically just going to be a fingerboard, but for the water. I think they call it a surfboard. I could be wrong. So today we're making a surfboard, but for my fingers. This is the plan. Paper cutout, foam plate, cut the two together or something, and we're gonna get a surfboard. Now, I've had the idea in the past to make like a super detailed finger surfboard, like fully made out of carbon fiber and foam and stuff. It would be really cool to have, but it's also kind of useless because like no one's really gonna go through the effort to like make something like that. So this build is gonna be like really simple, so I'm expecting pretty much all of you guys to be able to make it. The idea is I'm gonna cut these out and then we can put them onto the foam plate and cut it out, and then we'll have the exact same shape. So let's just do that. Sometimes I've made them like the same size as a fingerboard, which I just feel is like too small. This shape is a short board, so I'm gonna keep this one like a little bit smaller, but you can kind of see the scale of some of these. Like these are actually kind of like proper. I don't surf, but this just looks about how it should. I think the size of these are pretty close. So on the foam plate, you can see the edges have a little bit of a lip that kind of goes up. I'm pretty sure in the past when I've done this, I've like kind of made the board have a little bit of a lip using that, but it's kind of unrealistic because of how aggressive it actually curves up. So I think I'm gonna make these pretty much flat and then we can kind of curve it after. You can see right after I cut this out, some of the edges have like a little bit of like foam clumps on it. I'm just gonna take some 600 grit sandpaper and just kind of go around all the edges, and it'll also kind of just round them a bit. That would be pretty bad if the board caught an edge and your fingers die. Like that would not be good. It's pretty hard to see on camera, but the edges are quite a bit rounder now. I'm gonna cut out the next board, but it barely fits on the plate, so I'm gonna put like a little bit of a lip kind of on the back side of it. So I have 2 boards cut out now, and I also sanded the edges, so these are pretty close to being done. The boards are still really flat, which is gonna pretty much make it impossible to even use. If there's even just the smallest little bump of water, it's just gonna dig right into the water and sink, so that's not what you want. I thought about taking a razor blade and kind of just making a bunch of small cuts in like the board, and then I could probably just like flex it up a bit, but I don't even think we need to make a cut, and I think we can just bend this. I'm gonna be gentle because I don't really want to like kink the foam and then have like a sharp edge to it. On a real surfboard, I don't think they're curved that much, but it's kind of small scale, so any little wave is just gonna make it dig in, so we kind of need to have it a little bit steeper. These might be like the simplest board anyone can make. Filming this video and making the boards has only taken like half an hour, which is not too bad. This part is sort of optional, but I'm gonna be putting some grip tape on the board, and I'm also just gonna give it like a little bit of a simple design. The board is definitely gonna work without grip tape, but it is also just gonna be a little more grippy with the grip tape. So let's put some of this on the board. We have a pretty simple design going on, so I'm gonna grip the second board and then we're pretty much done. Both boards are gripped, and I ended up re-gripping part of the first board, and I somehow accidentally made like a perfect K. I wasn't trying to do this, but now I just can't unsee it. This build is so simple, but we're pretty much done. You can pretty much use these like anywhere, but I'm gonna go to a river and just like kind of use the current to like use them. I live like 15 hours away from the ocean, so I'm probably not gonna go to the ocean for these. Surfboards have like a surprising amount of flow. Even though you're not really like popping up to do like too many tricks, just the flow of the water just like feels good. Go ahead and drop a comment for what else I should make, and I might turn it into a video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.